In today's unboxing, we take a look at Welcome to Redview, an expansion for Chronicles of Crime by Lucky Duck Games. Let's take a look.
There are hobbyists among us, geniuses with the ability to play any game they want to. In 1978, a corporation known as The Interior isolated a young hobbyist named John and exploited his genius for their entertainment.
Then one day, their hobbyist ran away.
Here we have Welcome to Redview, an expansion for the Chronicles of Crimes game by Lucky Duck Games. This one is, I believe, set in the 80s, so we'll know that for sure once we flip it over. I love the best thing about these is that the main box for this was designed with expansions in mind. So once you open this up, you can then put it in your main box and you'll keep everything stored together. I absolutely love that. Let's go ahead and flip it over. 4 new exciting scenarios. A new thematic setting, a small U.S. town in the 1980s. Very cool. A new dice rolling RPG-like mechanism. Goes ahead and lets us know what all the components are. Kind of shows us a visual representation of it and some nice little lore. This is an expansion. You will need a copy of the base game of Chronicles of Crime to play. Ages 12 plus with a runtime of 60 to 90 minutes for 1 to 4 players. Redview. It's always been a small and seemingly quiet American town. But it's a hot summer in 1985, and weird things have started to happen. You and your friends want to understand what's going on. You call yourself the Redview Mystery Gang, and it won't be a lazy summer for you, young detectives. Well, that sounds absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to dive into this thing. One of the things that I've always really liked about these Chronicle of Crimes games is this whole no need to read the rules aspect of it. They've done a really good job of giving some temp scenarios, temp little missions to teach you the system so that way you can dive straight into the game. And it looks like this expansion is no different. One thing to keep in mind if you are new to the Chronicles of Crime game, there is an app that goes along with this. You will need some kind of smart device to play the app, which is used within the game. You'll be scanning cards. You'll be using that to determine what things go where and what things match up with. So let's go ahead and dive into this and see what we have. All right. Well, up first, it looks like we have that rule book. Of course, even though they say just dive straight in, of course they are going to go ahead and give us the rule book. And that is the same lore that we just went over, that we just saw on the back. And it is one of those trifold. Gives us the setup, these little small town role-playing aspects. Fitness piece of the eye. That's interesting. I like that. That's cool. And then the die. Doesn't look like there's anything special about it. First, it looks like the 1 is missing. We'll have to take a closer look at that. Example of a test, very cool. Test difficulty levels, easy, hard, okay. Interesting, I like that. Alright, so up first we have, now this is kind of interesting how they have everything pre-punched out for you and then put in a rubber band. I mean, this looks very hand packaged to me, that it's contained with this gigantic rubber band. Let's go ahead and look at our new characters. Let's see. And there's just a scene on the back. See all the scenes? Yeah, they're all the same. These are guessings, our Redview mystery gang. And then here would be our locations. Let's see. Yeah, and then the back. Oh. So they do have okay, well here, these are probably going to be face down, so that is our initial location, the home location. That's good. So here's our home locations. We will show this. The rest of these we will save for the spoiler section, just in case you want to say spoiler free. I don't want to show off any of those locations prematurely. Let's stick that over there. And then it looks like we have some energy, and look at that, already punching. It looks like right where that rubber band was. Yeah, all of them are kind of punched a little. But that's a good sign. I mean, it goes to show that they will punch nicely. So our energy bar and our open and eaten energy bar, that is hilarious. And then we got some bags to help store everything. Very cool. And that's kind of interesting how these have somehow managed to already slip out of their little holder. Okay, well, these right here looks like they're supposed to be in some kind of order, maybe, possibly, but the cards themselves, we will go ahead and keep those again to the spoiler section of the unboxing, because I don't want to potentially ruin anything for you. Same thing with these cards. It brings us to the new dice. Let's go ahead and look at this, because it looked like from the back like one of the sides was empty, but nope, it's just a D6, rounded edges. Yeah, and there's 4 of them. So I think it said what, 1 to 4 players, so maybe, I don't know if you'll use 4 dice or if it's 1 for every player. I don't know. Interesting. And I think that is everything. Yep, that is everything for the base spoiler-free unboxing. Get you back in there. There we go. All right. Well, I hope that gives you an idea of what is in the box, what you will be getting if you get the Welcome to Redview expansion. But of course, if you do want to see everything, if you want to see those locations, if you want to see what actually is on those 2 sets of cards, it's coming up next. Here we have the location cards. Now, the backs of them are all just plain black with whatever this symbol right here is. This, of course, is our home location, which you will start at the beginning of the game, which we saw during our spoiler-free unboxing. Let's go ahead and go through all the different locations. Now, I love the looks, the graphics for this game. I mean, they really did incorporate that 80s feel, that 80s vibe of everything. Every small town has to have a little river or pond that people play in. Oh, and then the scary woods at the end. That's absolutely hilarious. I love that. And here we have all of our character cards. Now, they all have the same common back, with the only difference being the number that is written here. But that number can be found right here up in the top corner. So let's go ahead and go through these. Now, I was wondering if that kind of looked like Jay to me, from Jay and Silent Bob. Now that's some big hair right there. Little Cindy Crawford look going on right there. An old Cindy Crawford look. Love it. And the dog. I love it. Here are our item or action cards. Again, they all have the same back with the star and the number. They do correspond with it on the front of the card as well. Something else that I noticed was the hat that was in there. The hat, and that could also have been found on the character cards. Something else that I don't know if you were able to tell, these character cards are in just your standard card size, while these are your standard minis, I believe. I don't know if they're American standard or the European standard, but not too terribly much difference between the two. But that is something that I noticed. I went ahead, and if you remember when we did that first opening, these were all over the place. I've since put them back on their order from the 26 to 35. So let's go ahead and take a look at all of these cards. Well, that is everything for the Chronicles of Crime expansion. Welcome to Redview by Lucky Duck Games. I hope this unboxing has helped you to determine if this is something you would be interested in, if it is something that you want to add to your Chronicles of Crimes game. Well, until next time, everybody, I'll see you later.